Welcome to musicmoveit.com. My name is Torio, and today I want to talk about music predictions for 2019. It is now 2019, and we have a whole full year of trying to make our music career as best that it can be, that it can go, whatever. So I was reading online and I found this site called Hypebot, and they had a list of music industry predictions for 2019. And I kind of want to go over them and give you my opinion on what I think about it. And then I'd like y'all to give me your opinion in the comments on whatever you want. So the first one, it says Apple Music nearly catches Spotify. Spotify is still the king of the hill when it comes to streaming with 83 million paid subscribers. But Apple Music is coming on strong at 57 million at year's end. Apple Music's growth was significant in 2018, so look for the gap between the two streaming powerhouses to close even more in the coming year. I could see that happening. Apple has always been popular in general as a company, and Apple Music, I know a lot of people that use it. I personally do not use it. I use Spotify, but I could see this happening. They'll be pretty close, and who knows, maybe Apple will buy Spotify out. Who knows what could happen, but I could see them coming very close. Spotify, to me, is still one of the best ones out there, especially when it comes to artists. They let you get your music up on there pretty easily. They also let you log in to put your bio on there, change your picture, whatever you want to do, and they also give you the check mark like you're a certified artist or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I like about Spotify. The next one says smart speaker growth is kind to Amazon Music. Well, of course, and it always will be. It is kind of nice. I have the Echo. It's very convenient to say, Alexa, play this on Spotify or whatever, or play this on Amazon Prime Music. And it just cues it right up and it plays. It's nice, and it'll play playlists or whatever you want. And it basically says, love them or hate them, smart speakers are here to stay, and that market will grow even more in 2019. The biggest beneficiary of that has been Amazon Music, and the trend helps it even more, especially right after a holiday with big Echo sales and a boost in Prime memberships. Yes, but still, I have Amazon, and I still say Spotify is better than them. And I like how Spotify can be linked to the Echo. So that way I don't have to use Amazon specifically. But I could see this happening. Yes, the smart speakers are pretty nice. Google has one. And who knows how many more will be coming out. So the next one, it says the charts will mean less and less. I don't know about that, but let's see what it says. Billboard has ruled the music world for more than 50 years, and its charts have been the Bible for artists and labels everywhere. That ceases in 2019 as the charts become more irrelevant and playlists, especially from the major streaming sources, gain more influence. I don't think Billboard's going to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't see any inclination of that. I do understand the importance of playlists. We've gone over that before. And yes, Apple has its own charts now. Spotify has its own charts. So it's different. But Billboard is still the main deal. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's just been too important for too long. The next one, it says major labels lose their mojo. I think that's already been happening, but let's see what they have to say. Once the dream of every artist, today artists is more likely to shun a major to go it independently. Since so many of the benefits of a major can be had without actually signing to one, indie and boutique labels continue to grow both in numbers and revenue as artists thrive in a more DIY world. Yes, I truly believe that. You don't necessarily have to sign a major deal anymore, but record labels have deep, deep pockets, and they are a well-oiled machine with a billion contacts to get records out there. They're still relevant, but you really got to check what you're signing. You got to make sure you're not doing a 360 deal. You got to make sure you're getting publishing. All these things are important. But doing it independently has been so easy for all these budding artists, bands. You could put your stuff out, pay a fee for distribution, and you're out there. It's up to you to promo, though. That's kind of where it gets a little weird because you got to have a budget to promote yourself. It's not free. People just don't go, oh, I'll play your record for free. No, everything's involved in this stuff, and you know it. You got to pay to get on playlists a lot of the time. You know, unless you know people direct who will put you on a playlist on Spotify that's huge and will get you tons of exposure. If you don't know people that will just do it for free, you're going to pay. And that's what labels have been doing for years. They pay for these promotions. It's no different than anything else. Just remember that. You still got to have a budget doing it independently. The next one is streaming services remain unprofitable. And yes, it is known that these streaming services aren't making a ton of money because they have to pay out royalties and things like that. That's just how it goes. We as artists and bands have to get paid. And I don't know what they can do really to start really kicking in a lot of money for themselves, because you either listen for free and there's ads, or you pay a fee to listen monthly. And I think that monthly fee is pretty much where it's at, where people are comfortable paying. Maybe they can raise it a little higher, but would you want to pay $20 a month for unlimited music? If you think about it, it's not that bad, especially if you're used to buying a lot of CDs or downloading a lot. I don't know. It's a hard situation because they do have to pay out a lot of royalties, and it is very hard to stay profitable doing that, especially with all the artists, bands, and labels that you have licensed on your streaming service. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Another one here says, artists use social media for promo less. Let's see what it has to say. It says, many artists have relied on social media as a method of both growing and engaging their fan bases, but that could change in 2019 as the only way to large-scale engagement comes from paid promotion on the various social platforms. Many artists drop off because of principle, even more because of the cost. Instagram carries the load, at least for a while, until it focuses more on revenue. Well, I don't see social media ever changing how some artists and bands are promoting. Social media sometimes is the only way that you can interact with fans, besides like a website or just doing live shows all the time. I've done videos in this in the past. You can do so much with live streaming. You can stream yourself in the studio. You can stream your shows. You can run contests on social media, but I think they're mainly talking about paying for promotion. And yes, it can get costly, but you just got to really focus on who you're promoting to. Use what like Facebook and Instagram offer you when you're putting an ad out. Try to understand who you're marketing to, people 18 to 30 or whatever. It could be certain states that you're trying to promote to. It could be certain countries, obviously. It could be just men. It could be just women. There's so many options where you can really zero in on who you're trying to put that ad out for these people to see, to hopefully come to a show or stream your music or download your music. It is what it is. Advertising is always kind of expensive. Nothing's going to be cheap. Like I said already, nothing is going to be free. It's just something you have to have. You have to have a budget, and either whether you hire a company to help marketing and promoting on your social media or you do it yourself, do your research. Know who your market is. Know who you're promoting to. The next one is a little weird. It says, live music legends replaced by new faces. That's inevitable because people are getting old and they're dying off. So we must have new faces to take over and still sell out these venues, to have huge concert tours. Let's see what they say. The concert industry has long worried about what would happen after the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 80s legends stopped touring. But a new crop of superstars proved that there are stadiums that they can fill. The live portion of the industry continues to grow despite higher ticket prices and perceived price gouging. Concerts will never go away. New artists that are coming out now have humongous fan followings, and it'll never stop, ever. And these new faces will replace the artists from 60s, 70s, 80s. They're already starting to. I know a lot of bands and artists from that era still tour tremendously and make a killing, and that's great. But eventually, people are going to die. People are going to stop doing it. They're getting too old. These new people will come in. That's going to happen no matter what. And then the last one, it says, streaming changes song structure even more. Let's see what they have to say about that. Over the last couple of years, song structure has changed because of streaming, with fades giving way to beginning a song right on the chorus to hard endings. New song length will be the next to change as artists make songs shorter. After all, it is more profitable to have a fan listen twice instead of to only one longer song. Trends don't lie, and many of the above will come to pass. Well, I don't know if it's going to change song structure that much. I could see artists doing shorter songs, though, because that's how it was, rather, back in the days of, like, the Beatles. A lot of the Beatles' first early songs were, like, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 2 minutes 30 seconds, maybe a little longer. And radio loved that, like terrestrial radio, because they could play the record, and then it was shorter of a song, and then they could fill in more ad space to make money for the station. So it wasn't too bad. I don't mind a shorter song. Sometimes songs could go on forever, and you get kind of tired of it. But I could see making shorter songs, that's fine. As well as the other song structures, I don't think a certain way will always prevail. I think creative people will always make songs however they want. You know, there's always a song structure, whether it be chorus, verse, bridge, verse, whatever. You know, there's song structures are different for most genres, depending what it is. But I don't see it changing that too much. Sometimes they'll change it up a little bit to make it more unique, but that's fine, and that has always been happening. So we'll see. So those are the main ones. What do you think? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think out of the ones I read. Are they going to possibly come true? I disagree with some of them, but then I agree with some parts of them. So who knows? 2019 should be an interesting year, though. So we'll see what happens. I just know that we got to get out there, push our music, know who you're pushing it to with marketing, and promote the hell out of it. Do live shows, and you can make a decent living. I'm not saying that everyone's going to be a millionaire living in a mansion independently, but you can make a damn good living at it, doing what you love, possibly making 100K a year or over if you do it right. Even if you just made 50K a year, you know, work a part-time job and do your music the rest of the week or whatever, on nights. Do some touring, all that good stuff. Streaming is huge now. You do get paid per stream. So tell your friends, your fans, just stream my album. Because downloads are still there, but streaming is where it's at. You know, I've done videos on the past, so you know what I'm saying. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment, like I said. Let me know, what do you think? What are these predictions? Are they bullshit? Let me know. Also, look down below in the description. There are tons of resources for you down there to further your music career. There's a bunch of them. Also, I want to say again, if you are not listed in the worldwide music directory, please do so now. It takes less than 5 minutes to list yourself in this directory. It's building. It's pretty big now. Tons of artists have signed up, and they are heavy in the search engines because of that. It's just another way for potential fans to find you. They search your name, and it pops right up with it, whatever else you got going along. And also they can search by genre, and they can possibly find you that way. All kinds of stuff. So check that out. The link is below, the worldwidemusicdirectory.com. Get yourself in there today. I want to thank you. 2019, the first video. I'll be coming with a lot more advice and info. So stick around, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.